are the queens of the Halloween season, and yet we know so little about them. Except that they all have kind of annoying laughs. Number 1. Why are witches always women? Although connections between witchcraft and women had already been suggested, most scholars today point to the 1486 book The Malleus Maleficarum, or The Hammer of the Witches, as the book that crystallized this idea of witchcraft as a primarily female dark art. Written by German cleric Heinrich Kramer, The Malleus Maleficarum not only proposed that women are more susceptible to witchcraft due to our weaker spirituality and natural proclivity to evil, it also, bonus, described the clitoris as the devil's teat. Yikes. Number 2. Why do witches hang out with black cats? Follow-up question for another time. Does that mean that witches are not allergic to cats? Like women, cats also got a bad rap during the Middle Ages. Not only did black cats in particular become associated with the devil due to the witchcraft focus on women and the fact that a lot of older women kept cats in their homes to catch mice and serve as companions, the connection between witches and black cats became firmly established. What are my hands doing? Casting a spell, perhaps. Witch fact number 3. Why do they wear pointy hats? It wasn't until the 18th century that folk artists began depicting witches with their stereotypical pointy hat. That might have had to do with contemporary descriptions of Satan as wearing what was called a high-crowned hat, reminiscent of devil horns. Historians aren't entirely sure whether the whole pointy hat had to do with real-life symbolism or was merely the product of artists' fairy tale imaginations. Witch question number 4. Why do witches ride brooms? Warning, the answer to this question is a little PG-13. During the Middle Ages, it was thought that witches indulged in psychedelic concoctions with active ingredients from the plants belladonna, jimsonweed, mandrake, and/or henbane. The most effective way to get it in your system was through the mucous membranes of the genitalia. The whole broomstick thing started with the idea that witches would dip their broomsticks into the ointment and thus insert the broomstick into their genital cavities and then take off, figuratively speaking. Witch question number 5. Why are they always green? The simplest explanation of why we pop culturally depict witches with green skin is but one word: Technicolor. The 1939 classic film The Wizard of Oz is based off the children's book The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. In that original book, the Wicked Witch of the West is not green-skinned. Some people think that MGM decided to make the Wicked Witch of the West, played by Margaret Hamilton, green to show off the fantastic coloration of their new Technicolor technology. And I think we can all agree that, well, that green skin really popped, especially considering that we still think of witches as green-skinned today. Happy Halloween! We always talk with a quaver in our voice.